Hey, it's Chris and Brian here from Resolve Technology, and today Chris wants to talk a little bit about a recent Dropbox custom breach and maybe a little bit of how they got into their e-signature platform, which is basically like an add-on to Dropbox where you can send things much like DocuSign. You can send these contracts and things like that and then have somebody e-sign for those. So Chris, why don't you tell us a little bit about this?
So yeah, Dropbox, they're saying hackers breached production systems for its Dropbox Sign e-signature platform and gained access to authentication tokens, MFA keys, hash passwords, and customer info. When they say MFA keys, I'm assuming the secret key to the token, which you could throw on another. A hacker could just throw it on their phone with the secret key and then authenticate in. But I'm not 100% sure on that. And this Dropbox Sign feature was formerly known as HelloSign, an e-signature platform like Brian was mentioning, to send documents online and to receive legally binding signatures. You might see stuff like this for, I don't know, you're trying to get a mortgage on a house, you're financing a new vehicle, and you're back and forth with somebody over email. Essentially, though, they detected unauthorized access to the production system on April 24th and launched an investigation. And the threat actors gained access to their automated system configuration tool, which is like on the back end of the services for the platform, and it allowed them to execute applications and automated services with elevated privileges, allowing them to access the customer database, which generally speaking is never a good thing.
Yeah.
They also, let's see here, they got emails, usernames, phone numbers, hash passwords, and API keys, OAuth tokens, all kinds of stuff. And the big thing I wanted to mention here, though, is if you receive an email from Dropbox Sign asking you to reset your password, do not follow any links in this email. Instead, visit Dropbox Sign directly and reset your password from there, because there is some sort of phishing campaign going out right now, trying to phish users that about what's going on here. And I don't know, this things like this happen with all kinds of platforms. So sometimes we get customers that mention Dropbox is, oh, well, I got a Dropbox link, it was safe, but it might have been something maliciously uploaded there, just like Google Drive. If it's a certain file size and they send you out a Google Drive link, that could be malicious. Just because it's coming from Google Drive, a shared out Google Drive file, doesn't mean it's scanned for viruses and safe. So you could always be on your toes with stuff like that. In this case, if you've seen this, if I used Dropbox and I had an account and leveraged any of this here, when I see this article, I would just go to the site, log in, reset password. I'd probably redo my MFA just to be there on the side of caution and take it from there.
Yeah, that's great advice, Chris. Super advice. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people would think, oh, well, I don't want to go through that work, right? Resetting passwords but
Or
you have to do it when they get to this level of a breach. That's the best way to go. And like Chris said, if you can reset your MFA also, even better, right? But at a minimum, you need to do the password at a minimum.
yeah.
So,
And they have a document too if you need to rotate API keys, and that's a whole nother topic we're not going to touch on this video.
right,
But
right. Typically, that would be your IT people that would deal with that. But if you hooking into the APIs, the programming interface with another line SaaS application, or you want your IT people to look at those connections and
yeah,
how to reset those connections, if you will. Yeah, great point. So, hey, thanks a lot, Chris, for showing us that.
all right, have a good afternoon.
You too.